Hello, everyone. I'm Serena Lewis, and I'm here to talk to you about my 200-hour Hatha and Flow yoga teacher training that is done through my yoga school, New Moon Yoga Teacher Training. I'm super excited because this year I will be leading a March through August 2021 200-hour program in Killeen, Texas at Live and Let Live Yoga. And I will start off just by introducing my school and saying that my school, New Moon Yoga Teacher Training, offers certificates at the 200-hour level, and we meet the requirements of a registered yoga school according to Yoga Alliance. If you have any questions or want to look more into Yoga Alliance, please check out www.yogaalliance.org. And this training is really designed for those who want to teach yoga, yes, but also for those who want to simply deepen their practice and study yoga and learn the behind the scenes of why we do the things that we do when we're teaching, when we're practicing. The training curriculum really introduces the ancient practices of yoga, specifically Hatha yoga, and you're learning how to apply these ancient teachings and techniques into a yoga practice that relates with modern day life, taking these ancient practices and incorporating them into the world that we live in now and into teaching and to help relate to your students in a better way, because yoga has evolved so much over the years, but you're learning the roots of the practice and learning how to incorporate these roots into your daily life and yoga practice. So at the end of the training, regardless if you are looking to teach or not to teach, you're going to learn the tools necessary to create a well-balanced and effective yoga practice for yourself and or for others. So I will be the lead teacher in this 200-hour. I am an ERYT 500, so I've 500 hours of school. I'm also a registered prenatal yoga instructor. I'm a continuing education provider. I've been teaching yoga for about 5 years. Corn Lopez will also be co-teaching in this training with me. He is my friend, and this is our first training that we're actually teaching together. We had completed our 200-hour training together in Austin in 2016, and it's really an honor to be able to teach a 200-hour with him. So I'll start just by giving you an overview of the program, and then we'll take this overview and go in depth a little bit more. So you will discover the long-term physical and energetic benefits of a Hatha yoga practice. You'll experience asana or posture as a form of meditation, strength, and discipline. You'll explore teachings from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali while learning how to apply these ancient teachings into your yoga and into your life. You'll learn anatomy, physiology, and alignment of various asana or various postures. You'll discover and explore the importance of yogic anatomy and energetic models such as the chakra system and the kosha system. You'll learn how to sequence a well-balanced and effective practice that is true to the yogic principles. You'll practice leading classes using cueing, effective cueing, and precise cueing rather than demonstration. So when I am teaching a public class in person, I am not one to practice on the mat and teach. To me, when I'm up practicing and teaching, I'm just really practicing. Teaching is about walking around, looking, observing, seeing students' bodies, helping them, guiding them. And if you are a teacher who teaches on their mat only, solely on their mat and doesn't get off, I really believe that a teacher that teaches in that way is just practicing with their students. And so here you're learning how to teach, how to control and command a room and hold space, a protective, safe space for others to grow in their practice. You'll also be introduced to the ancient science and yoga of Ayurveda. So according to Yoga Alliance, when I was creating the program, I had to cover specific educational categories. Doesn't matter what goes in the category as long as it matches with the category. So I'm going to go over the 4 categories with you and different topics that you will be learning in yoga teacher training. So the first category is techniques, training, and practice. And this is where you're actually going to be practicing and experiencing these practices such as meditation, posture in your physical body first. So exploring these poses as a practitioner, as a student. So for example, we will have various asana clinics, which include an asana clinic on forward bends, back bends, laterals, twist, internal, external rotation, downward dog, arm balances, leg balances, headstand, shoulder stand, etc. And through demonstration and through discussion, you're going to learn how to properly align your body for a specific posture and the function of performing, whether that's forward bends, back bends, and learn how to practice or learn cueing techniques that help you teach forward bends or back bends, etc. So experiencing these poses in your body and how to perform these poses correctly. For example, forward bends. We have standing forward bend, seated forward bend, maybe like runner's lunge even, child's pose even, etc. Back bends, we have Dhanurasana, bow pose, we have warrior one, high lunge, things like this. Arm balances, crow pose, Utthitibhasana, things like this. You'll learn how to perform them in your body and how to perform them the correct way and also how to teach them. We'll have a section on pranayama, and this is where you're going to experience various breathing techniques while understanding the concept and the benefit of each pranayama or breathing practice, and you'll learn how to teach and perform these practices safely and how to sequence them into a practice, why you would do this pranayama before this and why you would do this pranayama to have this effect. We'll also have a section on mantra, or if you'd like to call it affirmation. You'll experience various or practice various mantras or affirmation, for example, Om, and you'll understand and learn their benefits of maybe Om. And you'll also learn how to successfully incorporate mantra or affirmation into a practice to have a specific effect on your body. We'll also have a section on sun salutations. This is where you will experience and learn and teach sun salutations A through C, or if you want to call it like a vinyasa. That's why the training is flow, because you're learning these ancient practices like sun salutations and learning how to make the practice a little bit more modern. Because, you know, now we have a lot of flow-based practices like vinyasa flow, I don't know, slow flow, mixed flow, advanced flow, I don't know, these different flow classes. So you're learning how to take these ancient practices and make them more modern, and how to you'll learn the fundamentals of flow-based yoga and how to apply flow-based yoga into teaching and how to cue flow-based yoga. We'll also have a section on the art of centering. And so if you think about it, the first thing that you do when you practice yoga or when you come to a yoga class, the teacher has you center, right? So this is where you're learning the purpose and the benefits and process of centering and various centering techniques that can aid in cultivating focus for your practice and also can aid in teaching. We'll also have a section on meditation, and this is where you will learn the long-term benefits of meditation. You'll understand and learn the different stages of meditation according to the Yoga Sutras. You'll learn the guidelines of creating and sequencing meditation into practices, and you'll explore and learn various meditation practices. For example, visualization, mantra meditation, breathing meditation, walking meditation, etc. We'll also have a section on restorative yoga and relaxation. So you will experience the practice of restorative yoga while understanding the basic concept of restorative yoga as a form of relaxation. So you will understand the importance of relaxation and how it works in relationship to yoga. There's lots of ways to relax, right? Massage is a way to relax. So here we're talking about specifically yogic relaxation. And you'll learn how to incorporate relaxation techniques into your yoga practice and teaching. We'll have a section on holding space, and this is where you'll learn what it means to hold space, how to hold space for yourself and others, specifically how to hold a compassionate and stable space and supportive space for yourself and others. So you're learning how to create a space for yourself so you can be exactly where you are in your practice. The next section we have is teaching mythology. And teaching mythology is or the next category, teaching mythology, is actually how to teach, how to create sequences, for example. So one of the first things you'll be learning in this category is the art of sequencing. And this is where you'll learn how to properly prepare and compensate when teaching asana, what poses go where, and you will learn sequencing guidelines when creating a asana practice. So, for example, you cannot wake up in the morning and just do handstand. Maybe you can, but traditionally not a lot of people can do that. So, for example, you're learning how to prepare your body to perform handstand correctly. So let's say you do handstand and then you go back to sleep or something like that. You can't do that. You might hurt yourself. So you're learning how to prepare the body to perform handstand and compensate. So compensating is like something that you do after, so you're bringing your body back towards balance so you don't hurt yourself. For example, we just don't do a big back bend and then stand up and start walking. We have to compensate it with a gentle forward fold to bring our body into balance and stay in balance. We also learn class structure, and this is where you'll learn how to structure and sequence a Hatha class based on the time of day, the environment, the seasons, students, or your energetic levels. And you will develop time management skills when leading practices and when practicing, that we want to spend, for example, 15 minutes warming up, whatever it may be. Then we'll start seated, then we move to kneeling, then we move to standing, then we move back onto our mat, then we move into Shavasana, etc. So an example of something that you will learn is, let's say this. When you go to a morning class, right, you don't want to, like a morning yoga class, you don't want to leave that morning yoga class tired, right? You want to be ready to go to start your day. For example, when you leave an evening class, like a late evening yoga class, you don't want to leave awake and energized. You want to leave rested and ready to go to sleep. So this is what you're learning to do, create sequences per time of day, environment, season, and your energetic level. Then we'll have a section on teaching beginners. If you can teach a beginner, I really believe that you can teach anyone. We'll also talk about the importance of keeping a beginner's mind, what it's like to be a beginner. You will learn how to understand you will learn and understand the different teachings, the difference between teaching beginners and experienced practitioners. You'll learn language and cues and behavior that will benefit new practitioners so they feel welcome, competent in their practice. We'll also have a section on prenatal yoga. This doesn't mean you'll leave being a certified prenatal yoga instructor. This means that you will have some skills to offer a pregnant woman whenever they come into your class. If you think about yoga, we're thinking about a vinyasa class. How many times do we chaturanga or come onto our belly? Lots of times. Maybe someone who is pregnant has a hard time doing that. They can't come onto their belly because they might squish their baby. So you'll learn different ways to sequence based on a pregnant woman when they come into your class. We'll also have a section on the art of assisting. This is where you will develop skills to scan and identify gross misalignments of function and form, while learning to identify the underlying cause of misalignment and what cues that you can use to help fix alignment. So for example, just observing someone's body and say, the warrior one looks a little off. So here's what I can have them do. I might have them bend their knees some more. I might have them let off. I might have them engage here, activate this, etc. We'll also have a section on injury prevention. This is where you'll understand how we can injure students, and how students or you can injure yourself in asana, and how not to injure yourself, how not to injure your students. And you'll be able to describe the possible yoga-related structural injuries and acquire skills for safety in a yoga practice. We'll also have a section on business of yoga. Yoga is my life. It is my career. It is everything. So you'll understand and learn from me the legal steps to take to become a yoga teacher or an independent contractor, and ways to become a successful yoga teacher, and business strategies that you can use to build a business in yoga. The next category that we have is anatomy and physiology. So this is understanding Western and Eastern anatomy, and how to use the two together to educate yourself and others in their yogic practice. So you'll learn Western anatomy. This is your basic Western anatomy. We'll go over the skeletal system, the muscular system, the organ system, the endocrine system, etc. in relationship to yoga. So you'll understand the function of each system related to posture and to movement, and learn how to incorporate anatomical terminology of each system into your classes and into your practice. We'll also have a section here is Eastern anatomy a little bit, mudra and bandha. So energetic locks or like hand, like yan mudra, right? The teachers have you do this mudra. Do you know why? What effect that it has on the body? Well, you'll learn that. Bandhas, the energetic locks or engagements that we use when we practice yoga, and how to teach bandhas, how to teach mudras, how to incorporate these into a practice, and what energetic effects that they have on the body. We'll also you will also dive into the 7 chakra system. So you'll learn the anatomy of the 7 major chakras and their relationship to the physical body, and the characteristics of the chakras that are not physical. You'll understand the concept of excessive and deficient chakras and how to bring them into balance. An example of a excessive chakra or an excessive throat chakra would be someone who just doesn't stop talking, who interrupts, who dumps on people. A deficient chakra, a throat chakra, would be someone who can't speak up, someone who's really shy, who can't say what's on their mind, etc. But learning how to have a balance in between the two. We'll also have a section on the koshas. So here's where you'll learn the anatomy of the 5 koshas and their relationship to their physical and subtle, and the relationship to the physical and to the subtle body during practice. You will learn ways that the koshas can be used to deepen your relationship with self. So koshas are your energy, another way to describe your energy bodies. For example, how to take care of your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your breath, all of these things. We'll also have the next category is yoga, philosophy, lifestyle, and ethics. And this is yoga, philosophy, lifestyle, and ethics. The topics we will be covering is the basics of asana. And this is where you're understanding the role and the purpose of asana as a yogic practitioner. What effects does asana, physical yoga, have on the body? And at the end of this topic, of this section, you will be able to explain the physical, emotional, and psychological benefits of asana as a practitioner and as a teacher. We'll also have a section on the 8-limb path of yoga. The 8 limbs come from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. The 8 limbs is a guideline to reach enlightenment and to release suffering and prevent suffering that has happened before or that is yet to come. So you'll learn how to integrate the philosophy of the 8 limbs of yoga into life, into your asana, into your teaching, and learn the benefits of practicing and living out the 8 limbs of yoga. We'll have a section on the history of Hatha yoga. This is where you'll learn the basic history of Hatha yoga in relation to the Tantric revolution, and learn how to apply the history of Hatha yoga into your teachings and into your practice to help the students or to help you, create unique lesson plans that are true to the Hatha yoga. So basically, where did yoga come from? Who created yoga? How did yoga evolve throughout the years? We'll also have a section on yogic literature. This is where you're going to understand the insights of several classical yoga texts, such as the Yoga Sutras, the Bhagavad Gitas. We'll dip our toe in the Vedas and learn ways to apply the wisdom of these ancient authors into your personal life and into your classes. We'll have a section on the ethics of a yoga teacher, and this is where you're going to learn to uphold the ethical standard as yoga teachers while learning the student-teacher boundaries and the power of words and confidentiality and how you should be as a yoga teacher. We'll also have a section on basically how to live yogically, or the yogic lifestyle. This is where you'll learn about the 3 gunas, the doshas, again, Ayurveda, the 5 elements, earth, water, air, ether, fire, etc. You'll learn how to use this information to bring physical, mental, and spirit and your spiritual body back towards balance. So you'll learn how to apply these concepts and practices into your life, such as Ayurvedic practices as dry brushing, abhyanga, oil pulling, things like this. Diet, how we should eat as yogis, the principles of eating a meal, things like this. And then finally, developing a personal practice, which yoga teacher training for you is for you. And at the end of the day, you will get something out of it, whether you're looking to teach yoga or you're looking not to teach yoga. It is for you. And it's about developing your relationship with self, your relationship with the world around you, your relationship with others. So the developing a personal practice is about understanding the importance of having a yoga practice, and you'll learn really how to tailor your practice to your individual needs. You'll learn ways to stay disciplined and to stay active in your yoga practice, and you will actually also understand the benefits of having a mentor, a yoga teacher. So that is just some of the topics that we are going to be discussing, or some of the things that you're going to learn in yoga teacher training. I could keep going, but it will be 200 hours worth of things. So lots of things that you'll be learning. If you have any questions about the curriculum or about the syllabus, please comment below or reach out to me. I will have my email posted on there as well. I'd like to go over now the training schedule. So we will meet March through August of 2021. We'll meet 2 weekends a month, so 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays a month. So Saturday and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. The dates are posted below. So we're looking at the first week and then the last week of the month. The location is going to be, again, at Live and Let Live Yoga in Killeen. Stephanie has a beautiful space here, beautiful, big, spacious room. A lot of people have asked me, about COVID. Is it safe to do yoga teacher training because of COVID? And I'm going to say yes. Reason being is because there are only 12 people allowed in the room, including myself. So we will have a total of, there will be 10 students, 2 teachers, and Corn and I won't always be teaching together. So plenty of room to social distance, and I'm going to say masks are required when you're off of your mat. So if you're walking around the room, masks are required. When you're practicing yoga, masks are not required. And to wash your hands if you feel sick. I will do my best to get you caught up where you need to be if God forbid, anything happens. And for whatever reason, if we do go back on lockdown or we do go back into quarantine, then yoga teacher training will still continue, but online, and we will meet as soon as we can in person. But I have a really great feeling that that's not going to happen. So, good things. So enrollment. You can enroll for yoga teacher training online at yogawithserena.com. And following your enrollment, so when you're ready to enroll, you will receive a confirmation email, including a receipt, your book list, and your asana list. So your books. I have copies of the books that we can share. Of course, I recommend you to get your own books. The books are not expensive. You can find them for fairly there's books that are fairly inexpensive on Amazon, and please don't let the books get in your way of taking yoga teacher training. You will also receive an asana list. These are poses that you need to familiarize yourself before we meet in March, and just to kind of give you a head start on terminology and how to perform postures, etc. I will explain more about this when you enroll. So tuition. The full tuition of yoga teacher training is $3,500, and the enrollment fee is $500, which is included in the cost of tuition. So you're paying a $500 enrollment fee and a $3,000 tuition. Your enrollment fee of $500 claims your spot in yoga teacher training, so you must pay that. That is due at the time of your enrollment. If you fill out the application and you don't pay, then your spot is not secured. I do offer payment plans, so you can start making payments on your yoga training ASAP as soon as you enroll. If you choose, you can also pay in full, but the payment plan is $500 due at the first of each month starting March 1st of 2021. If you miss your payment, there will be a fee of $30. Your training, the whole training, must be paid off by August 1st of 2021 in order for you to receive your certification. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My email is below, newmoonyoga@yahoo.com. The email is below. Please reach out to me if you have any questions at all, and I really look forward to meeting you. If you'd like to come to an in-person yoga session, I will be offering one in January 8th, 2021 at Live and Let Live Yoga if you'd like to come see the beautiful space. And thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful, great day. Namaste.